Ravinder, can you hear me? Rajesh, Ajay, Ahmed, Mr. Sagar. If you guys can hear me, please type in yes in the chat window. Thank you, sir. Yesterday, we started with introduction to SAP HANA, basics of SAP HANA. Today's our class agenda is what are the different components that HANA appliance comes along with, and what are the different editions in which HANA appliance is available. What is platform edition, enterprise edition, extended enterprise edition. So how HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovations and new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. And what are different certified vendors from where a client can purchase this HANA appliance, other basic concepts. So before starting this session, let me recap the yesterday's session briefly within 10 minutes. So SAP HANA. SAP HANA is a technology which allows the processing of huge quantity of real-time data in the main memory of the server to provide real-time results from the transactions. First of all, why an enterprise required a in-memory appliance like SAP HANA is, as a result of globalization, if you look at this diagram, this is information explosion. Information explosion in the sense the data of an enterprise spread across different geographical locations and in different formats in different systems. The data can be in unstructured format, such as the data in spreadsheets, the data in Word document, the data in text data in Twitter, in Facebook. So the COPA data in data mods, okay, the COPA inventory data in OLTP applications, and sales order data in different data warehousing applications. Whenever the information explosion is like this in an enterprise, what are the consequences? What type of challenges the enterprises are facing, that especially the challenges related to big data, the management of big data, and the reporting on top of big data. Ahmed, okay, yes. You can select, there are two modes, Ahmed. One, you can select your computer mic and speaker. Second one is phone. So you can select audio, go to the audio, mic and speaker. On top, now you selected the telephone mode. If you want to use your computer, mic and speaker, audio, mic and speaker. Now can you hear me, Ahmed? Can you hear me, sir? Okay. So as a result of this information explosion, what are the daily challenges faced by an enterprise? The daily challenges includes complex system landscape. What is complex system landscapes? If you look at this information explosion, the enterprise data resides in different geographical location, in different formats, in different source systems. In the sense, this is very complex system landscape. Whenever we have very complex system landscape, getting immediate results for reporting as per the requirements of the business users is very difficult. High flexibility, we require very skilled workforce and massive growth of data volume. As per the Gartner research, for every 18 months, data doubles. So in order to manage such a high volume of data, so we require big data solutions, especially the companies which generate very high volume of data, like scientific research-based companies, retail companies, telecom companies, social media companies like Facebook, Twitter, and all. And apart from these daily challenges, what are the consequences? Suboptimal execution speed, lack of responsiveness, user frustration, unsupportable business process, lack of transparency, need for aggregation, outdated figures, guessing current situation. So whenever the information explosion is like this, whenever we have very complex system landscape, we cannot implement reactive business model. Reactive business model in the sense, we have to give very tough competition to our competitor in order to sustain in the market. So we cannot take any chance to miss the opportunities. So okay, competitive disadvantages. So if we don't have a reactive business model, the business will have so many opportunities, and we cannot give competition to our competitor in order to sustain in the market. So we need very reactive business model so that we can take promptly spontaneous decisions, okay, for our business growth. Now the business users in enterprise who are responsible for making the decisions, expectations to make the decision in the real time, at the moment of risk and opportunities. So as I explained yesterday, the business users require reports on historical data and reports on real-time data. So we should be in a position to provide both a type of reports to the business user. Even in some complex scenarios, the reports is the combination of historical and real-time data. Customer expects business experience to be as satisfied as personal experience. Yeah, just now we started, Pankaj. So customers expect the business experience as to be as satisfying the personal experience. People expect instant correct answer to any business process. Now, whatever the traditional databases, whatever the traditional tools, as of now, the enterprises are using, what are the different disadvantages? Traditional databases, traditional tools to manage such a huge volume of data, reporting on such a huge volume of data, very cost effective. Cost-effective management of large data volume. Current and complete information, getting current and complete information is very difficult using the traditional databases, using the traditional tools. So whenever the business users require immediate answers to the business questions for spontaneous decision making, then it's very difficult to get the results at the time on timely basis. So getting immediate answers to the business questions on such a huge volume of data is very difficult. Now, how we can manage these challenges, these consequences as a result of information explosion? The companies which are dealing with really big data, means huge volume of data, like telecom companies, scientific research-based companies, retail companies, how they have to optimize their BI applications. First, we'll talk about the traditional databases, how the traditional databases store the data, and how we are getting the data from traditional databases for calculations, for analysis. So in traditional databases, the primary persistence of the data is a hard drive. What is a hard drive? It's a mechanical device. This is the CPU processor, and this is the main memory. So whenever we require data for analysis, calculations, the CPU will read the data from hard drive by performing disk IOs. So which are major bottlenecks in the past? Past means when we are not using HANA as an in-memory database. So read the data by performing disk IOs from hard drive to main memory. As we know, hard drive is a mechanical device. Reading the data by performing disk IOs from hard drive to main memory, which is RAM, will take significant amount of time. Okay, which are major bottlenecks whenever we are using traditional databases and traditional reporting tools to manage such a big data and reporting. Whereas whenever we are using SAP HANA, in SAP HANA, the primary persistence of the data is not hard drive. The data resides in the main memory. In SAP HANA, in high performance analytical appliance, the primary persistence of the data, my friends, is not hard drive. It's main memory. It's a RAM. Complete data resides in RAM. Suppose your complete data warehousing application size is 10 terabytes, 20 terabytes, 30 terabytes. So complete data can reside in the main memory, and from main memory only the data is available for reporting. So in memory analytics, in memory calculations. So we don't require any disk IOs in order to read the data from hard drive to main memory in SAP HANA, because the primary persistence of the data in SAP HANA is not hard drive, it's a main memory. So from main memory, the data directly available for the reporting in memory analytics and in memory calculations. So whenever the data is directly available from main memory for the reporting, and not only this feature which makes HANA super duper fast, apart from the complete data resides in the main memory, HANA can fully leverage new hardware technology innovations. Today we'll see what are the new hardware technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, what are the new software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. Apart from these new software technology innovations and new hardware technology innovations which HANA can fully leverage, another feature why HANA is super duper fast is complete storing the data in the main memory. So whenever we are storing the complete data in the main memory, my friends, we don't need any disk IOs to read the data from hard drive to main memory. The complete data is available for the analysis directly from the main memory. That is the reason storing the data complete in the main memory and generating the reports from main memory, that is nothing but in-memory analytics, one of the best method of optimizing the BA applications. So whatever the company is dealing with high data, one of the best method to optimize the BA application is, instead of getting the data from hard drive, store the data, complete data in main memory. So I would like to show you one of the Gartner research. So this is a small report published by Gartner. So BA applications benefit from in-memory technology improvements. Conventional databases, disk read is 5 milliseconds, 1 million times faster than disk in-memory database. So as we are storing the complete data, as the complete data resides in the main memory in SAP HANA or in any other data in-memory databases, so the data is directly available from main memory for reporting. So here the disk read is 5 nanoseconds. By 2012, 70% of global 1,000 organizations will load the detailed data into main memory as a primary method to optimize the BA application for the performance. So as of now, we are storing the data. Okay, if an enterprise is not using an in-memory database like SAP HANA, they are storing complete data in traditional database. Again, once the data is in traditional database, we have to implement all query performance improvement techniques like aggregates and so many other techniques. Instead of implementing all this, so we cannot expect the query results in within the time frame. So if it's the query response time is taking long time, the users who are waiting for the response will get frustrated. So what is the best method to optimize the BA applications? If a company is dealing with very high volume of data, load the data completely into main memory. So make your main memory as a primary persistence of the data. So if you are storing the data in the hard drive, conventional databases, disk read is 5 milliseconds, whereas in memory, disk read is 5 nanoseconds. Directly the data will be available. So what are the challenges the companies are facing as a result of information explosion? So this is an information explosion. These challenges we can overcome with SAP HANA. How? In scalability, SAP HANA is an in-memory database. The complete data resides in the main memory. In SAP HANA, my friends, the primary persistence of the data is main memory. Groundbreaking in-memory innovations. As the complete data resides in the main memory, so we can submit the reports as the requirements of a business user. That can be reports on real-time data, reports on historical data. Okay. BA applications, the performance-wise is very faster. Second, flexibility. Flexibility means you can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. Well, if your data, the enterprise data, is spread across different geographical locations in different formats. See, it's in the form of spreadsheet, it's in the form of Word document, it's in the form of tweets in Twitter, in text in the form of Facebook. So in the form of text in the Facebook. Copart data in the data marts. Mobile data is another data warehousing application. The data is in emails. The server data is in another OLTP application or OLAP application. So it doesn't matter what is your source of data in your complex system landscape. You can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. So we have different methods here to load the data, like using bots, business object data services, which is an ETL-based approach, and SLT also, in order to get the real-time data in SAP. Not only schedule-based replication, we can access the real-time data from different sources to SAP HANA in order to submit the reports on top of real-time data to the business users. So in any business, my friends, the business user requires reports on historical data, reports on real-time data, reports, the combination of historical and real-time data. So the HANA provides, in HANA, we can store the historical data, fiscal years of 3-year fiscal years of data, 4 full fiscal years of data, 5, 6. Apart from that, you can set up some data provisioning methods in order to replicate the real-time data from different source system to SAP HANA, so that we can achieve real-time reports as well. So as that complete data resides in the main memory, and apart from this feature, HANA supports HANA new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. So 3600 faster analytics when comparing with traditional databases, with traditional tools. Okay, well, when SAP released SAP HANA, where SAP has positioned this SAP HANA, because we have so many other databases available in the market. Okay, we have other big data solutions where SAP has positioned this SAP HANA. Well, SAP HANA released in year 2010, November 20th, that is HANA 1.0 with support pack 0. That is the first public release of SAP HANA. Then HANA 1.0 with support pack 1, HANA 1.0 with support pack 2, HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, and the latest support pack is HANA 1.0 with support pack 7. This is the version we are covering in this course, along with the new features, like new features, Smart Data Access and SAP River, Information Steward, and Data Services Workbench. But why SAP released SAP HANA? As explained, SAP released SAP HANA as one of the solutions for the big data. what is big data? Nowadays, maybe you guys heard about the big data. What is big data? Big data refers to data sets that exceed the ability of commonly used tools. Well, there is no formal definition exists for big data. Typically, the big data starts with terabytes, petabytes, even it can go for exabytes, like 1024 terabyte equivalent to 1 petabyte, again 1024 petabyte equivalent to 1 exabyte. Well, there are different solutions exist in the market for big data. One of the solutions for the big data is SAP HANA. So SAP has positioned HANA as a solution for big data challenges at the low end of the scale. So the companies, the enterprises which are dealing with information explosion, the enterprises which are generating high volume of data. For example, take Facebook, a social media company. The Facebook will generate terabytes of data, okay, within hours from across the globe. See, so many people are loading different types of data, text, okay, images, okay, different types. So how the Facebook is managing such a big data? How is managing such a big data? For example, take a research-based company, NASA. Okay, how they are managing such a big data? For example, take a retail company like Walmart. How they are managing the big data? Take a financial institute, a insurance sector, okay, a IIF sector. How they are managing the big data? So basically, big data is managing this type of terabytes, okay, petabytes, okay, exabytes of data, and generating very faster queries, faster reports on top of this data. That is nothing but a solution for the big data. So SAP released SAP HANA as one of the solutions for its big data. So there are other solutions also for the big data. Not only SAP HANA, like Hadoop is one of the very famous solutions for the big data. HANA is one of the solutions for big data. Hadoop is a cluster-based technology. The data is not resides in the main memory. So in Hadoop, we have a master machine which controls several slave machines. So the data will be distributed in all these machines, which are controlled by a master machine, and processing will be also the processing also during these computers in the network. So parallel processing, distributed processing, and distributed data. HDFS, Hadoop distributed system. Like we have one computer. This is completely cluster-based technology. Cluster in the sense we have network of computers controlled by a master machine. Whereas SAP HANA is a big data solution for in-memory based technology. This is called cluster-based technology. Hadoop is a cluster-based technology. Whereas HANA is also one of the solutions for the big data, but SAP HANA is an in-memory based solution. SAP HANA is a in-memory based. In-memory based in the sense the complete data resides in the main memory. Well, so I want to know what is the size of the main memory of SAP HANA up to, okay, how many terabytes of RAM, okay, we can accommodate in SAP HANA appliance. It's very interesting. At launch, HANA started with 1 terabyte of RAM, supporting up to 5 terabytes of compressed data. This is what is compressed data and compressed data. In late 2011, hardware with 8 terabytes of RAM became available, which supported up to 40 terabytes of compressed data. SAP owned a Sybase IQ with its more MapReduce like functionality has been cited as potentially better fit for large data sets. So we'll see what is Sybase IQ, how HANA operates. By May 2012, HANA was able to run on a server with 100 terabytes of main memory, powered by IBM. So SAP, in collaboration with IBM, they built one HANA appliance with 100 terabytes of main memory. Though it's a very old appliance, see, May 2012 means almost a year and a half. Now, the project in charge has claimed that this HANA appliance was big enough to run the 8 largest customers' data, SAP customers. 8 largest SAP customers means Fortune 50 companies, Fortune 100 companies. Look at the size, look at the capacity of SAP HANA. One HANA appliance is capable of storing, accommodating 8 largest SAP customers' data. Only one. So what type of, how much data it can accommodate? So how it can accommodate such a big data is, as long as we are storing the data in SAP HANA in column-based tables, that is called compressed data. In HANA, the data is compressed. What is compressed data? Okay. Now, in traditional database, suppose in traditional database, I have 1 terabyte of data. If the same data I am storing in SAP HANA using column-based tables, the data approximately will become 100 GB. 1 terabyte of data will become 100 GB in SAP HANA. This is called compressed data using column-based technology. In the column-based technology, the data is highly compressed. Very good. Yeah, you are excellent. So Hadoop is also trained with engine, which drives the bogies. You are right, 100%. That is cluster-based technology. Let me show you how Hadoop will work. So what is Hadoop? How Hadoop will manage the big data is, it's a very simple solution. So this is also solution for the big data. See? Using Hadoop also you can manage the problem with information explosion, all this. Look at this. This is the Hadoop cluster at in Yahoo. Yahoo is maintaining a Hadoop cluster with master machine with 25,000 slave machines. So the data is distributed over, it's very simple logic. Suppose one person is doing the work, some work, and it will take 1 week to complete the work. If I allocate 7 persons to complete the work, 7 persons together can complete the work in 1 day. So we will distribute the data over several machines and we will process the data, distributed processing and distributed storage. That is the concept. To perform DA applications faster, to store the data. So if you are storing 1 terabyte of data in one machine, it's overburden. If you are splitting 1 terabyte of data in 10 machines, we are distributing the data over 10 machines, they are not overburden. Same concept. See the distributed, all the data resides in the slave node, which is controlled by master node. This is Hadoop cluster technology. Master machine, slave machine. Now, the beauty of the Hadoop is, which is first one is Apache open source, so you don't have to buy, it's completely free of cost. Second one is you can set up the Hadoop with one computer, making one computer as a slave and master, and you can have you can connect to a number of computers, you can connect a number of nodes or machines. The number can go up to thousands. The number can go, there are no limitations. See, the number can go up to thousands. Yahoo, Facebook, they are maintaining the Hadoop cluster with the master machine. How many slave nodes? 25K, 25,000. That is the Hadoop concept. But both are the solution for the big data. Hadoop as well as HANA, both are the solution for the big data. Okay. So how HANA stores the big data? Not in a cluster environment. It's not a cluster-based technology. It's an in-memory technology. So the complete data resides in the main memory. From main memory, the data is as long as we are storing the data in main memory, it will be considered as a compressed data. So even if you have 10 terabytes of data in traditional database, even it's not 1 terabyte in SAP HANA. So how many terabytes we can have? Hundreds of terabytes main memory. Yeah, Hadoop and HANA are competitors. Both are big data solutions. But Hadoop has got its own limitations and advantages. HANA has got its own limitations and disadvantages. Well, if you know Hadoop and HANA, there are so many clients who are using Hadoop and HANA. So in fact, Hadoop with HANA also very high in demand. Even I will show you how to load the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA in this course. Hadoop distributed file system. We can load the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA to optimize our BI application. Okay. So this is the brief history about SAP HANA, why SAP released SAP HANA. Now, coming to the product strategy of SAP HANA, I already covered because there are a couple of new students today. That is the reason I am quickly recapping what we covered yesterday. Anything?
Yeah. Is this the continuation of yesterday's?
Yeah, it's continuation of the yesterday's session, sir.
Oh, okay. It just started, right? Or
yeah, just I'm recapping the yesterday's session. Just a brief recap.
Okay.
So when SAP released now 1.0 with support pack up to support pack 2, support pack 1, support pack 2, support pack 2, 0, 1, 2, HANA supports only data mart functionality. So what is the product strategy of SAP HANA is? The product strategy of SAP HANA, HANA as a data mart. HANA as a data mart in the sense, the client can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. The client can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. That comes under data provisioning. So once we design the information models, modeling using SAP HANA Studio, a client tool called SAP HANA Studio, then we can start consumption of these information models in SAP BO BA4.1 reporting tools. On top of SAP HANA, my friends, only certified reporting tools are SAP BO BA4.0 and 4.1. So what is the product strategy of SAP HANA is? Product strategy in the sense, how a client can use SAP HANA product, how the client can use this appliance. So HANA can be used as a data mart. Up to support pack 2, HANA supports only as a data mart functionality. As a data mart, we can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA, design the information models, start consumption of the information models in SAP BO BA4.2 reporting tools. Well, coming to data provisioning. In order to load the data, suppose in a client landscape, we have different source systems. Some of them are some of them consist of unstructured data. Okay, different source systems. We can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. As I explained, that is nothing but data provisioning. For data provisioning, we have different options given by SAP. One is direct flat file upload method. From support pack 4, this supports direct flat file upload, but it supports only 3 types of flat files. One is CSV, XLS, XLSX. If you have the data in any other file system, like XML files, Hadoop distributed file system, COBOL copy books, then you have to use again business object data services. Second one is ETL based replication. What is ETL based approach? we'll use a ETL tool called Business Object Data Services 4.0. You can use 4.1 or 4.2. The latest one is 4.2. So we can use 4.0, 4.1 and 4.2 in order to load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. In which scenarios we'll use ETL based approaches? If the data in the source system is not in its original shape. Before loading the data to SAP HANA, we need complex transformations to be performed. We need data to be cleansed, the data to be massaged, the data to be consolidated before loading the data to SAP HANA. In that case, in order to accomplish these complex business rules, complex ETL requirements of the business, as per the reporting requirements, as per the data storage requirements in SAP HANA, we need a ETL tool which supports with full-fledged ETL capability, like informative data stage. So here it supports only one ETL tool. This is called Business Object Data Services. So in Business Object Data Services is also a very powerful ETL tool like Informatica Data Stage, because it supports various types of transforms. Like Informatica supports Java transforms also. Here also we have so many types of transforms, web transforms. So it supports various types of scripting languages, Python scripting, okay, C scripting, aware, and apart from these scripting languages, it has got its own scripting language. The data is not in its original shape, but before loading the data to SAP HANA, it has to be transformed as the data storage requirements in SAP HANA, as per the reporting requirements. That is nothing but building agile data models. Well, on the other hand, what type of reports the business users require, my friends? Reports on historical data, reports on real-time data. So whenever we require the reports on real-time data, we need a real-time replication. What is real-time data? What is a schedule-based data? What is a real-time data? This is the source. From this source, I am loading the data to SAP HANA on periodic basis. On periodic basis in the sense, on hourly basis, daily basis, weekly basis. This is called schedule-based replication. Means we are not loading the data to SAP HANA as of if the data is available in the source. No. Even if that new data is available in the source, we decided, okay, the data will be loaded from this source to SAP HANA on periodically. Okay, how long, how frequently we need the data, that depends upon the business requirements. Hourly basis, or weekly basis, or monthly basis, or quarterly basis, or daily basis. That is called schedule-based replication. So whenever you are using business object data services, this is a schedule-based replication example. Suppose this is a data flow. This is a batch job. We'll be scheduling this batch job on hourly basis, or daily basis, or weekly basis. So once we schedule this job, the data will be extracted from the source. The data will be loaded to our target table in SAP HANA. Okay, but in order to achieve the reports on real-time data, okay, schedule-based replication is not suitable option. We need other data replication method, that is real-time replication. What is real-time replication is, once the data is available in the source, let's say once the data is available in the source, right away I need the data in SAP HANA. That's it. This is the real-time data. For example, the business user required order status tracking reports, delivery status tracking reports, inventory monitoring reports to meet the supply demand. So like this, there are so many reports required for the business user on real-time data to take spontaneous decision. For spontaneous decision making, the business users required not only reports on historical data, well, reports on historical data for trend analysis, for forecasting, okay, for budgeting, for planning related decisions. Whereas there are some spontaneous decisions required for the business which can, okay, so for that we need reports on real-time data. So in order to achieve the real-time replication in SAP HANA, very good. How does the data quality handled in SAP HANA? The data quality handled in SAP HANA by SAP transformations. So the data quality handled by business object data services using information steward. The data quality is handled by SAP HANA using business object data services using information steward. Information steward is a data profile tool. What is data profile? It is checking the quality of the data before loading the data to SAP HANA. Whereas in order to check the quality, in order to do some validation, okay, SLT, first of all, SLT is not suitable if you have very extensive ETL requirements. SLT is not suitable ETL replication method if you have very complex transformations. So though it supports minimum level of transformations. So if you have very complex transformations to be performed before loading the data to SAP HANA, the only option is business object data services. Because business object data services is a full-fledged ETL tool, okay, which supports various types of transforms. Not only transforms, business object data services is integrated with other tools like information storage tool, which is integrated with data services for data profiling, for data quality, checking the quality of the data before loading the data to SAP HANA, generating the statistics on source data, that is nothing but data profiling before loading the data to SAP HANA. Whereas SLT is a real-time replication. For in these scenarios, we use the data replication operational data mods. Operational data mod means we don't need much ETL. We need reports on operational data, real-time data. Once the transaction is saved in the source, right away I need the transaction to be replicated to SAP HANA without much ETL requirement. So maybe basics. It supports, okay. No, we don't have two voices. Information steward is a data profiling tool. It's not a metadata injector. No, I don't know what you're talking about. JHO, I don't have any two voices. Okay, everyone is muted. I am only the person who is talking. So for real-time replication, my friends, SAP has given two replication methods. One is SLT. This is also known as trigger-based replication. Second one is log-based replication using Sybase replication server. SLT, SAP landscape transformation, trigger-based replication. So once we completed SAP loading the data from any one of these data provisioning methods as per the business requirements, as per the source requirements, then there is a tool SAP HANA Studio. This is SAP HANA Studio. So I have two systems added to two HANA in-memory databases. IMCs are added to this studio. One is support pack 7, second one is support pack 6. This is SAP HANA Studio. In SAP HANA Studio information modeler perspective, once we created the tables, once the data has been loaded into the tables using SLT or using business object data services, then we can start designing modeling. Modeling means designing the information models like attribute views, analytical views. Analytical view means a multidimensional object to facilitate multidimensional reporting requirements. So all these activities comes under modeling. So which tool we'll use for the modeling purpose, my friends? HANA Studio in modeler perspective. Then once the information models are ready, we can start consumption of these information models using SAP BA4.0 reporting tools. So these are the different reporting tools under SAP BA4.0. Here we don't have any BA4.1 tools, but in this course we will be covering BA4.1 reporting tools also. The Business Object Design Studio, SAP Lumira, SAP Predictive Analysis. So Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Dashboard Design 4.0, Web Intelligence 4.0 required reports on top of, required a semantic layer on top of SAP HANA. Semantic layer is a universe. We'll see in this course how to create the complex universes based on HANA database tables views because net background from BW. So once we design the semantic layer, then we'll use the semantic layer for the report development using Web Intelligence, Dashboard Design, Crystal Reports for Enterprise. Apart from these three reporting tools, all other reporting tools can directly connect to SAP HANA. They don't require any semantic layer, like Business Objects Analysis, Edition for Lab, Microsoft Office, Business Objects Analysis, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Business Object Explorer, Crystal Reports 2011, okay, Microsoft Excel, Business Object Design Studio, SAP Lumira, Predictive Analysis. They don't require any universe. They can directly connect to HANA information models. Whereas only three reporting tools require the universe on top of SAP HANA. So Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Dashboard Design, Web Intelligence. So on top of SAP HANA, my friends, only certified reporting tools are SAP BOBA 4.0 and 4.1. So this is the whole concept what I explained HANA as a data mart. Semantic layer is a universe. In business objects, we have the concept of universe. So semantic layer is nothing but a universe. So these are different source systems. We can load any type of source system. We can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source systems to SAP HANA using business object data services, using SAP, using Cyber Application Server. Then design the information models, start consumption of information models in SAP BOBA 4.0 reporting tools. So up to HANA 1.0 with support pack 2, the product strategy of SAP HANA is HANA supports only data mart functions. This is the data mart function. This is also known as sidecar approach. What is sidecar approach? In order to manage our big data, to optimize our BA applications, whenever the companies are facing this type of information explosion problems, the challenges related to this information explosion. So with reality, with HANA, how the companies can overcome all the challenges related to big data as well as reporting on top of big data is using HANA as one of the solutions for their big data. So we can load the data provisioning, SAP HANA Studio. Using SAP HANA Studio, we can design the information models, BOBA. The major enhancement in SAP HANA is when SAP released HANA 1.0 with support pack 3. Here is the major enhancement. Why it's major enhancement is in support pack 3, SAP changed the product strategy of SAP HANA. Whenever the product strategy has been changed means apart from data mart functionality, for some other thing also I can use SAP HANA. So SAP HANA is providing some more options so that the client can use other options to optimize their usage, to fully leverage their usage of SAP HANA. What is that new option supported by HANA in support pack 3 is from support pack 3, which is released in November 7th, 2011, focus on HANA is HANA can be used as a data mart, and at the same time in the client landscape, if the client is using BW 7.3, we require minimum support pack 5. We can use HANA as an underlying database for SAP BW instead of using traditional database. Advantage, HANA accelerates the BW performance in ETL perspective as well as in reporting perspective. The name of the project is RMG. Yeah, up to HANA 1.0 support pack 2, HANA support only data mart functions. What is data mart function is, we can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA. We can design the information models, then using SAP HANA Studio, which is a modeling tool, then we can start consumption of these information models in SAP BOBA 4.0 reporting tools. When SAP released SAP HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, this is the product strategy. So what is the product strategy of SAP HANA is, the HANA can be used as a data mart. If the client in the landscape, if the client is using BW 7.3, Okay, if they are using BW 7.3 with minimum support factor, the same HANA database can be used as an underlying database for BW. So what is the advantage here? The advantage is using HANA as an underlying database for BW 7.3. We don't need to use BW accelerator. We don't have to use traditional database. HANA will accelerate the BW performance. It stores the complete BW data in HANA database itself, so you don't have to use any traditional database. Okay, what is SAP BW, my friends? SAP BW is a MOLAP application, multi-dimensional online analytical processing. So in any MOLAP applications, we have application layer and database layer. Like Hyperion is also one of the MOLAP applications. SAP Business Information Warehouse. So whenever we are using this MOLAP application, we need a database. We can use Oracle, SQL Server before SAP HANA support factory. So whenever I'm creating the info cube DS source in this BW, all the tables will be created in underlying database. Whenever we are loading the data to these objects, the data will be reset in the underlying database. So this is the BW 7.3. But what is the underlying database? SQL Server. So whenever we are using BW with traditional database, in order to accelerate the BW performance, we need a appliance that is called BWA. BW Accelerator. This is also in-memory product released by SAP. So we'll talk about this one in tomorrow's class. It's part of our course, HANA compared to BW. BW Accelerator. This is also in-memory product to optimize query performance on top of BW. All the databases. You can use any databases with BW. Oracle, SQL Server, IBM DB2, Sybase, Informix. Whenever we are using HANA as an underlying database, we don't need any traditional database. Because here it completely stores BW data in SAP HANA. We don't need BWA because HANA is a in-memory database. Okay, it accelerates the BW performance and it will store the data. So whenever a client is using HANA as underlying database for BW, the client does not require BWA. They can reduce the cost and they don't require any traditional database. That is the advantage of using. Look at this. In this course, we are covering BW 7.4 with Service Pack 5. So from this support pack, HANA will support as a database layer to BW 7.3 with support pack 5, my friends. Only HANA 1.0 with support pack 3. So in this BW, I logged in. The database is SQL Server, a traditional database. See, now here you can see the BW 7.4 is with service pack 5, which is the latest one running on HANA. So we have HANA analysis process. So we can directly have SAP HANA information views. So what is the underlying database for this? This is HANA 7. BW 7.4 with service pack 5. The underlying database is HDB, see HANA database. So all the tables will be of this BW will be created in only one schema, SAP BW 4. So we don't require BW anymore. So whenever we are using HANA as underlying database for BW, accelerate the BW performance. How it will accelerate, we'll see in the course. So we are going to cover complete BW 7.4 SAP HANA. After completing HANA as a data mart, data provisioning, modeling, reporting. So from support factory, this new product strategy of SAP HANA is available. As of now, yes, tomorrow also same time, okay, 7:30 CST. Okay, we will finalize the time, okay, 7 or 7:30. Most of the students are preferring 7:30, so that we will stick to 7:30. Okay. As of now, HANA can be used as a data mart. The same HANA can be used as a database layer to BW. HANA can be used as a data mart. HANA can be used as a database to ECC, ERP central components. HANA version which supports as a database layer to CRM is also available. Where we are in HANA 1.0 support pack 7. In the future version, in HANA 2.0, this is the future version. In HANA 2.0, one HANA database can be used as a database layer to all applications in your client landscape. And see the product. Okay, this version is in market. Just think how many projects will come into market. Just I'm giving a small example. A client is using 3 applications. One is SAP ECC. Second one is PeopleSoft. SAP BW. They have 3 different applications in the landscape. At this point of time, they are not using SAP HANA. They are using traditional databases. Oracle, SQL Server, for example, this is so the client invested money on 3 different databases. Once HANA 2.0 in the market, which is the future of SAP HANA, we don't have to invest the money on different databases. You can use HANA as a database layer for your own applications in your client landscape. It doesn't matter. You have 10 applications, 20 applications. Get rid of all these things. Instead of all this, I can use only SAP HANA as one database for my entire client system landscape. Again, SAP ECC development, testing, production, tools of development, testing, production, BW development, testing, production in one database. One HANA database. The database layer to all your SAP Business Suite applications, non-SAP applications, SAP BW. Advantage. HANA is an in-memory database. Apart from in-memory, it fully leverages new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations. This is super duper fast. One is reduce the cost. Why it's reduce the cost? Before SAP HANA, so as a owner of this enterprise, I invested the money on 3 different databases. Now, only one. Yes, we'll talk about this one. How we'll maintain. This is only introduction, right? Well, any questions, my friends, in product strategy of SAP HANA? So let me explain one more time. What is product strategy? How the HANA can be used by a client. Suppose as a consumer, if you are buying any product, suppose as a consumer, if I am buying a game for my kid, I know how my kid can use that game. In the same way, HANA, an enterprise, whenever buying this SAP HANA, how I can utilize this SAP HANA? That comes under product strategy. So HANA 1.0 is support factor 2, up to support factor 2. HANA has a data mart. HANA has a data mart. Okay. From support pack 3 onwards, HANA can be used as a data mart, and the same HANA can be used as a underlying database for BW 7.3 with minimum support pack 5 or higher. So in support pack 5, 6, they released a HANA version supported as a database layer VCC, but in future, in 2.0, HANA will be supported as a database layer for not only ECC CRM, other business suite applications, SAP business suite applications like SAP APO, SAP SRM, SAP SCM, SAP PLM, as well as non-SAP applications like non-SAP ERPs, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Java applications, .NET applications. This is product strategy of SAP HANA. So apart from HANA as the solution for the big data, we can use HANA as a underlying database for BW. As of now, we can use HANA as an underlying database for ECC, underlying database for CRM to optimize this application performance. And in 2.0, you can use HANA as a solution for the big data. Apart from that, you can use HANA as one of the underlying database for your entire applications in system. Now we'll see HANA appliance. Okay, I'm saying always HANA appliance. What exactly this HANA appliance consists of? What are the different components which makes this HANA appliance? So far so good. We know how the HANA can be used as a data mart, in from which version HANA version are supported for data mart or database layer to BW. All these are fine. Now I want to be more specific. What are the different components that HANA appliance consists of? It depends upon your RAM size. It depends upon your RAM size. How much data you can accommodate, it depends upon your RAM size. So we have different HANA appliances. HANA appliance with t-shirt size, extra 120 of memory. Small because as an enterprise, maybe I don't require HANA appliance with 10 terabytes of RAM because that is not my data storage requirements. My company using SAP HANA as not as a solution for the big data. Okay, I want to optimize my BA applications. Just I want to use HANA for optimizing my BA applications for faster query performance. So HANA appliance is available in different t-shirt size, extra small. So these are the requirements. This is uncompressed data. So if you have very big data to be stored, a huge volume of data, you can place an order for customized HANA applications by specifying how much data you want to store, that much of terabytes RAM. Again, how many terabytes you are specifying here, that terabytes, the data stores in compressed format. Means if you have 10 terabytes of data in a relational database, maybe you require only 1 terabyte of RAM. Okay, you have 20 terabytes because the data is highly compressed. So how much maximum data we can store? It depends upon what is your HANA appliance memory RAM size. Okay, before coming to here, let's talk about HANA appliance. Okay, as explained, SAP HANA is an appliance. What is the full form of SAP HANA, my friends? High performance analytical appliance. high performance analytical appliance. The current version is 1.0, support Pack 7. It's an appliance with the combination of software and hardware. Combination of software and hardware. HANA is an appliance with a combination of software and hardware that integrates a number of SAP components. Well, what are the different components that this HANA appliance consists of? First and very important one, you can say the heart of SAP HANA is HANA IMC. This is called in-memory compute engine or in-memory database server. HANA IMC 1.0 support Pack 7. This is IMC. So this HANA Studio is only a client tool. This is IMC, the green one. Running on SUSE Linux, this in-memory database 0.7, HANA 1.0 with support Pack 7. You can see all the details. This is IMC, in-memory database. So in HANA appliance, what is the core component, which is a heart of SAP HANA? HANA IMC. Second, SAP HANA Studio. These are the components that comes along with in HANA appliance. What is SAP HANA Studio? I guess most of you guys are aware of SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. So what is this Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio? It's one of the client tools. So using this client tool, I can connect to SQL Server database. SQL Server database server. This is a SQL Server database engine. What is database engine? This one, the authentications. So why Microsoft has given this client tool is as a DBA, as a SQL Server DBA, I can use this tool to connect to the SQL Server database engine, to perform administration activities. As a database developer, I can use this tool to create the procedures, create the tables, whatever. Like this, how using SQL Server Management Studio, which is a client tool, we are connecting to SQL Server database engine. In the same way, SAP HANA Studio is also a client tool, which is Java-based tool, which is Java-based, Eclipse-based tool. Using this tool, I can add a number of HANA database engines here, IMTs. So who will use this tool in the projects? Different people will use this tool in various prospects. For example, I am a HANA administrator. I will use this tool in administrator perspective. We can launch this tool in various perspectives. Now I am a HANA developer. I can launch this tool in HANA model perspective. I am a business user. I am a subject matter expert. Like this, various team members in this HANA project, they can use this SAP HANA Studio to connect to HANA IMC to perform various types of activities. Those activities can be related to administration, modeling, development, application development, subject matter expert, business user activities, blah, blah. Two main components. Third component is how this HANA will connect to our BOBA 4.1 and 4.1 reporting tools. Look at this. If you look at the diagram, most of SAP BOBA 4.0 reporting tool will connect to SAP HANA using JDBC, ODBC, ODO, LLDB for OLAP, using DSCSA, different types of drivers. See, IMC ODBO, IMC JDBC. So this is a client component to connect to SAP BOBA, IMC, JDBC, ODBC, and the components to connect to implement SLT, like DMIS add-on, SLT replication server, that corresponding components to connect to implement Sybase replication server for data services, for data provisioning, and other small client tools like HANA Information Composer. HANA Information Composer, HANA Host Agent for the business users to manually set the data like this. As a okay, HANA comes along with not only in-memory database, it comes along with other different tools like SAP HANA Studio, Business Object Data Services, SLT, IMC JDBC, IMC ODBC, HANA Information Composer, HANA Host Agent. Okay, now how many components the HANA in HANA available in different enterprise different editions? As a client, whenever you want to buy SAP HANA Appliance, HANA Appliance is available in 3 editions. One is Platform Edition, second one is Enterprise Edition, third one is Enterprise Extended Edition. Which edition you are buying, it depends upon the edition you get the components in SAP HANA. We'll start with Platform Edition. In Platform Edition, if a customer is already having a licensed version of Business Object Data Services, so they can use Business Object Data Services for data provisioning, for loading the data. They can go for Platform Edition because they already have a licensed version of Business Object Data Services 4.0 or 4.1 or 4.2. So in this course, 4.2, which is the latest one, with Data Services Workbench and Information Studio. The following are the subcomponents: SAP HANA Database, IMC. This is a core component, which is also heart of SAP HANA. SAP HANA Studio, SAP HANA Client Components to connect to the OBA reporting tools, IMC, JDBC, IMC, ODBC, and Information Composer. Very few components because the client is already having a licensed version of SAP Business Object Data Services 4.0 or 4.1 or 4.2. Well, a client, they don't have any licensed version of Business Object Data Services, and they want to implement SLT for real-time replication. They want to implement ETL-based replication also. At the same time, they do not have any licensed version of Business Object Data Services. They are not using any Business Object Data Services in their projects. In that case, Enterprise Edition. What is Enterprise Edition? Enterprise Edition is for customers who do not already have all necessary licenses for SAP Business Object Data Services. Following are the subcomponents: SAP HANA Database, SAP HANA Studio, SAP HANA Client Components, SAP HANA Host Agent, and SAP HANA Information Composer, SLT. SLT means trigger-based replication, because as per the reporting requirements, as per the business requirement, the client required real-time data also. Very good. So we do have the version control here. I will explain now. So how the version control, how we get the different instances, okay. We'll see all these concepts. But we do have the concept of version control. Yeah, where we are. Yeah. So in enterprise edition, my friends, in enterprise editions, so you'll get SLT, see SLT add-on, SLT replication server, the components, along with business object data services. Look at this. You'll get two data provisioning methods. Here, this is for customers who already have business object data services. Enterprise extended edition. So this is for customers who wants to use the full potential of all available features following the sub-components. SLT, business object data services, they will get Sybase replication server also. But Sybase replication server is not used by many clients. This is also known as log-based replication, because Sybase replication server, which is also a real-time replication, it supports only IBM DB2 as a database. There are so many limitations. That's the reason in the industry, what are very commonly and very frequently used data provisioning methods are two. One is bots, using bots, business object data services, ETL based replication. Second one is SLT, trigger based replication. So we have the additional pricing here, sir. We'll see that one. And appliance, okay, we have the pricing here. Again, pricing depends upon so many factors. So what is your HANA IMC size? What type of memory you want to use again? Now, well, SAP HANA is a appliance which is a combination of software and hardware, which can fully leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super fast. We'll see what are the new hardware technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage. What are the new hardware technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. First, we'll start with hardware technology innovations. HANA supports multi-core CPUs. Again, 10 cores in each CPU. Again, 10 cores in each CPU. Multi-CPU boards. Again, 10 CPUs in each board. Multi-server boards into boards. Massive memory setups. Starting from 2 terabytes, you can have hundreds of terabytes of RAM. Look at the hardware. What type of hardware technology innovation that HANA can fully leverage. Multi-core CPUs. Again, 10 cores in each CPU. Multi-CPU boards. Again, 8 CPUs in each board. Multi-server boards into boards. Massive memory setups. 320 cores and more. 4 terabyte and more. That is the reason in HANA appliance we can use only the latest Intel processors like Intel Westmere and Intel Nehalem, because Intel Westmere, Intel Nehalem can only support these new hardware technology innovations. So if you look at the product availability matrix from different vendors, you can see Nehalem processors, Intel Nehalem, Intel Westmere, because Intel Nehalem and Intel Westmere only can support this type of latest hardware technology innovations. Now, coming to software technology innovations. Coming to what are the latest software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. First one is HANA supports row-based and column-based storage. What is row-based storage? What is column-based storage? See, this is the row-based tables, this is the column-based tables. In HANA, we can store the data in two formats. One is row store, second one is column store. What is row store? What is column store? In these scenarios, what type of storage we will use? To tell you the truth, 99% of the times we use column-based tables only. Only very few scenarios will use row-based tables. So row-based tables will store where we have to store some metadata which is not required for reporting. We require some tables. We want to create those tables without primary key. I will explain in the course. It's too early to explain. In these scenarios we can use row-based tables. In these scenarios we can use column-based tables. So usage of column-based tables is 99% when comparing with row-based tables. The reason is, first, in row-based tables, like conventional databases, they will store the data in the form of rows. They will retrieve the data in the form of rows. Same in SAP HANA also, as far as the row-based tables are concerned. But only difference in SAP HANA is the complete data resides in the main memory. Second, apart from row-based, HANA supports column-based approach also. In column-based approach, the data will be stored in the form of columns. The data will be retrieved in the form of columns. And if you are storing the data in column-based approach, we have some extra features available for column-based approach tables. What are those? For column-based tables, columnar layout supports sequential memory access. A simple aggregate can be processed in one linear scan. Massive parallel processing is possible for column also. So these extra options are possible for column-based tables. As long as we are storing the data in column-based tables, the data is highly optimized for read operations. For reporting, column-based tables are very fast. And that if you are storing the data in column-based tables, the data is highly compressible. The data is highly compressible. What is the compression factor? So, just for roughly, if you have a terabyte of data in traditional database, if you are loading the same data in SAP HANA, that's 100 GB, approximately, roughly, using column-based tables. So, storing the data in column-based tables in SAP HANA, we have two advantages. One is the data is highly compressible and data is highly optimized for the read operation. The data is column-based tables are highly optimized for the read operations. Partitioning. What is partitioning? So the same concept in Hadoop also. Partitioning, the distribution. See, data is distributed in Hadoop. So here also the data is not distributed over the computers. The data is distributed over the cores. So we have multi-cores, okay, hundreds of cores we can have. What is data distribution is? Data distribution, suppose we have the data, the tables. Data will be distributed, data gets spread out to all available cores. And all these cores will parallelly process for the faster retrieval of the data. And in case, here if one core is also failed, suppose one core is also failed, whatever the responsibility handed over to that core automatically switch to another core, because we have hundreds of cores here, hundreds, thousands of cores. Even some in a specific scenario, if a core is also failed, so failover, individual blades may fail without causing any problem. Suppose one blade is also failed, whatever the responsibility allocated for that blade automatically switch to another blade. So we don't have any impact on the query performance because we have hundreds of cores. Same in Hadoop. So we have thousands of computers here connected in the network. Whatever the responsibility, the data is distributed in these computers. Whatever the responsibility handed over to this computer for processing, in case this node is dead node. So once the main machine identifies this is a dead node, then automatically the responsibility of this node will switch to another available node, because here we have thousands of computers. Same way in SAP HANA also, this is called data distribution. So what is data distribution? The data gets spread out all available cores, and these cores will process parallelly for faster retrieval of data. In case a blade is also failed, you don't have any impact in the query performance because the responsibility allocated to that blade automatically switch to another active blade, because here we have hundreds, thousands of codes. So this is called partitioning. No aggregate tables. So aggregating the data in order to get the faster result is a old analytics. It's a old analytics. In real-time analytics, sorry, in memory analytics, just you can replicate your optional data. Doesn't matter. Very huge volume of data. The data at line item level, the data at document level, the very detailed level of data. Replicate. Okay, you can generate the reports on operational data. Very detailed level of data. Because HANA is capable of storing very huge quantity of the data in the main memory and the processing such a huge quantity of the data, so we don't have to worry about the real aggregation. Well, HANA will leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations. So I want to see one POC, one proof of concept project result, so that I can understand what is the capacity of HANA. I can have an idea what is the capacity of HANA. Though it's very old statistics, look at the statistics. You will be amazed. 70 retailers, they combined 50 terabytes of data. Total 460 billion records. Some complex queries are tested. The query response time is 30 seconds with SAP HANA. Before, it was taking 77 minutes. Some average queries are tested without very complex calculation. The average response time is 0.04 seconds. See here, what is the volume of data for this POC project? 50 terabytes. Recently, NASA conducted, a scientific research-based company, conducted a project HANA with the petabytes of data. So the POC project I was showing just now is a with terabytes of data. With petabytes of data, still the query response time is seconds. So there is no replacement of aggregation. Just you can load the very detailed level of data. You can start reporting. There is no need of, okay, so instead of aggregation, we don't have some new technique here. No. Because why you don't have any new technique? You don't need to have any new technique. So HANA, what is the capacity of HANA? HANA is a technology which allows the processing of huge quantity of real-time data. Real-time data, very huge quantity of transactional data in the main memory itself to produce the result for real-time transaction. So you don't need to worry about the real aggregates for the query performance. Okay, HANA is not the first in-memory product of SAP, my friends. SAP HANA is not the first in-memory product of SAP. No. Before HANA also, there are other in-memory products from SAP. When SAP released HANA in 2010, so basically HANA is a synthesis of 3 existing products of SAP. When SAP released SAP HANA in 2010, SAP HANA is a synthesis of 3 existing products of SAP. Among these 3, 2 are in-memory products. First one is TREX. So TREX is a technology behind BW also. So BW is also an appliance with a combination of hardware and software. Hardware is supplied by Intel and software is TREX. What is TREX? SAP HANA is a synthesis of 3 separate products. One is TREX, restart time, and MaxDB. What is TREX? TREX stands for Text Retrieval and Extraction. It is a search engine of SAP, like Google search engine, to search unstructured data. It began in 1996 as a student project in SAP in collaboration with another company, DFAI. Trex became standard component in SAP NetWeaver 2000. In-memory attributes were added in 2002 and corner data store was added in 2003, both the ways to enhance the performance. So from which product SAP has taken column-based storage in SAP HANA is from Trex. Just now I showed HANA supports both the types of storage mechanisms, column store and row store. So column store and from which technology, from which existing product they included SAP HANA. Second, P-start time. So what is this P-start time? And what are the features that are included in SAP HANA from P-start time? In 2005, SAP acquired Melanopack-based Transact in-memory INC. SAP, okay, it's one of the acquisition of SAP in 2005. This is the name of the company. With this acquisition came P-start time. What is P-start time? It's a in-memory database. It's an in-memory lightweight OLTP or DBMS technology with a row-based store. In fact, for column-based, okay, the parent technology is Sybase IQ. Okay, Sybase IQ is also one of the acquisition of SAP from Sybase. P-start time, the complete in-memory features, because P-start time itself is a in-memory like OLTP database. In-memory features and row-based storage is taken from which product? P-start time. See, HANA not only supports column store, HANA supports row-based approach also, row-based table. See, you can see the difference between these two examples. This is a row-based table, this is a column-based table. So complete in-memory features, row-based storage has taken from P-start time. If you look at the SAP HANA, in SAP HANA, the primary persistence of the data is main memory. But what is main memory? It's a volatile. It's a flash memory. In case of power outage, in case of system reboot, or in case of any other interruption, the complete data can be erased from RAM because RAM is a volatile. It's only a flash memory. How will we implement data safety? Data safety will be implemented using a component in SAP HANA called persistence layer. So in the architecture, we will see what is the architecture of persistence layer. Architecture of SAP HANA. So what exactly the persistence layer does? Persistence layer will implement the data safety. From which product the persistence layer is taken into SAP HANA is from which product of SAP? MaxDB. What is MaxDB? It's one of the databases from SAP, like Oracle, other databases. It's also one of the databases. So this database supports the persistence layer concept. So the persistence layer is taken from which product of SAP? MaxDB. So like this, SAP HANA is a synthesis of three products. What are those three products? One is Trex, second one is P-start time, third one is MaxDB. No, this is very too early to explain the indexes. Okay, did I start any HANA database tables? No. What is our class agenda today? The class agenda is introduction to SAP HANA. Only introduction. Then we have to cover look and feel, architecture, data provisioning. So in the modeling, we'll cover the indexes, SQL scripts, everything here. What are the views? What is the indexing concept? So it's very difficult because whenever if someone is asking a question not related to today's topic, again if I start explaining that, even you are not aware of how to log into HANA database. So if I start explaining the indexes, it will be very challenging. So we are going to divert the complete from our topic. Anyways, we will be we will see the indexes in a modeling concepts. Okay, while creating the tables. Okay, HANA is a synthesis of 3 separate SAP products. What are those 3 SAP products? Column-based tables, Trex, P-start time, and MaxDB. SAP HANA is not first in-memory product of SAP. No. When SAP released HANA 2010, is it product of its first in-memory product of SAP? No. In 2006, if any one of you from BW background, we know we have a concept of BW Accelerator. So BW Accelerator is the first in-memory product of SAP. SAP HANA is not first in-memory product. Business Warehouse Accelerator, BWA, is also an appliance, the combination of software and hardware. Software is used in BWA's Trex and hardware is supplied by Intel. So was designed to accelerate queries by storing BW info cubes in the memory. How BWA will accelerate the BW performance? By storing BW info cubes in the main memory. So this is the first in-memory product of SAP. This was followed in 2009 by Explorer Accelerator. There is one more in-memory product released by SAP in 2009. The name of the product is Explorer Accelerated. SAP combined the Explorer BI tool with the BWA as a tool for performing ad hoc analysis. Then there is a concept of CRM segmentation. This is also a in-memory product. Then there is a concept of live cache in APO, Advanced Banner Optimizer. This is also a in-memory product concept. So these many products related to in-memory before releasing of SAP HANA in 2010. What are different in-memory products before SAP HANA? BWA, Explorer Accelerator, then CRM segmentation, then live cache in APO. Well, who are certified vendors? From where a client wants to purchase this HANA appliance, which vendor we can purchase. As I explained, there are 5 to 6 certified vendors. Total 7 plus certified vendors. IBM, HP, Cisco, Fujitsu, Dell, NEC, Hitachi. These are product availability metrics from different vendors. Servers, CPU, memory, file system, operating system. So operating system supported by IMC, you can install IMC and only one operating system, that is SUSE Linux. SUSE Linux Enterprise Server 11.1, 11.2. Okay, well, as a client, as an enterprise, okay, what type of HANA size I required? It depends upon purely your data storage requirements, your BI requirements, reporting requirements. So whenever a client wants to purchase SAP HANA, HANA appliance is available in T-shirt size. Extra small, okay, this is the configuration, this is uncompressed data, other, and this is the pricing. Small, well, the pricing is now very reasonable prices. No, it's not that much expensive. Prices are go down. So almost all the vendors, they reduce the prices. Okay, and small, medium, large, extra large. You can specify your size. There are no restrictions. Even for any one of these vendors, you can place an order for customized HANA appliance. Like how SAP built a customized HANA appliance in May 2012, a HANA appliance with 100 terabytes of RAM in collaboration with IBM. So you can place a customized HANA appliance as per the requirements. Okay. So with this, my friends, we completed introduction to SAP HANA. Introduction to SAP HANA. So what we covered in introduction to SAP HANA, a quick recap. What is SAP HANA? What is in-memory technology? What is the need of in-memory technology for enterprise? What are the different circumstances? Like what is information explosion? What are the consequences of this information explosions, okay, which leads to a big data solution like SAP HANA. So what are the problems faced by companies as a result of information explosion, big data? We can manage those all those challenges related to big data storage, reporting on big data with SAP HANA. So HANA, using HANA, how we can manage the big data, reporting on big data is because HANA complete data stores in the main memory. It's an in-memory database, in-memory groundbreaking in-memory innovations. We can load the data from any source system. That can be a real-time replication or schedule-based replication. Scalability, flexibility, as well as it's very faster analytics. So whenever a client wants to purchase SAP HANA, the HANA is available in 3 editions: Platform Edition, Enterprise Edition, Extended Enterprise Edition. In Platform Edition, these are the components that are available. In Enterprise Edition, these components are available, and in Extended Enterprise Edition, these are the components available. So up to HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, HANA support only data mart functions. A client can use HANA as only data mart. What is HANA as a data mart? HANA as a data mart in a sidecar approach. We can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source systems to SAP HANA. That comes under data provisioning. For data provisioning, SAP has given different options. From support pack 4, direct flat file upload method, then ETL-based replication using business object data services 4.0, 4.1, and 4.2. In which scenarios we'll use ETL-based replication is whenever the data in the source system is not in its original shape, before loading the data to SAP HANA, okay, we require complex transformations to be performed. In that case, we can use ETL-based approach. Second one is SLT, which is a real-time replication, okay, which is also known as trigger-based replication for replication of real-time data. So once the data has been loaded into SAP HANA table using any one of these data provisioning methods as per the requirements of a client, as per the requirement of a client, we have to adapt one of these data provisioning methods. In some cases, you have to give the suggestion to the client for which scenarios, what type of data provisioning method the client can go for. Then we will use a tool called SAP HANA Studio to design the modeling objects, which are also known as information models, like attribute views, analytical views, and calculation views. Then we can start consumption of these information models for the reporting purpose, like for real-time reports, for historical reports using SAP BO BA4.0 reporting tools. This is the product strategy of SAP HANA. When SAP released HANA 1.0 up to support pack 2, HANA as a data mart functions. But when SAP released HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, not only HANA supports the data mart functions, HANA can be used as the underlying database for BW 7.3, but we require minimum support pack 5 or higher to accelerate the BW performance. So without using BW also, we can use HANA as the underlying database for accelerating BW performance. This is called BW 7.3 powered by SAP. As of now, in Service Pack 5, Service Pack 7, HANA is available as a data. We can use as a database layer to SAP ECC, SAP CRM, but in future version, which is HANA 2.0, one HANA database can be used as a database layer to all the applications in the client landscape. That can be SAP as well as non-SAP. So HANA is an appliance with a combination of hardware and software, which can fully leverage new hardware technology innovations, new software technology innovations. What are the new hardware technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage? So in HANA we can use multi-core CPUs, again 8 cores in each CPU, multi-CPU boards, 8 CPU boards, multi-server into boards. And what are the new hardware technology innovations that can be fully leveraged by SAP HANA? These are the row-based and column-based compression, partitioning, and these are the certified vendors from which the HANA appliance, as a client I can purchase the HANA appliance. Like these are the certified vendors: IBM, HP, Cisco, Fujitsu, Dell, NEC, and Hitachi. These are the product availability matrix, and these are the different sizes in which HANA appliance is available. So in this course, we'll cover both the options. So the product strategies. As of now, in HANA 1.0 support pack 7, whatever the product strategies are supported by HANA, suppose a client is implementing HANA as a data mart. You want to work in that project. So what type of skill set you require? So data provisioning skills. So after completing, this is HANA 1.0 with support pack 7 with the data services workbench, now new tool, and information steward, smart data access, and SAP River. These are the new options given by SAP from support pack 7 onwards. So after completing introduction, look and feel, SAP HANA Studio, and architecture of SAP HANA, so we'll start data provisioning. Data provisioning means HANA as a data mart. So how to load the data using business object data services 4.2 using designer. We'll see all the options using different transforms. So we'll spend 20 to 25 hours here. Then data services workbench, information steward, smart data access, SLT, how to set up the SLT, okay, what type of transformations that are minimum level transformations are available in SLT also discussed here. Then there is one more data provisioning method, DXA. Then modeling, we'll design the modeling calculation views, analytical views for FI scenarios, COPA scenarios, sales scenarios, purchasing scenarios, because in the data provisioning, we'll load the data from different source systems. SAP, ECC, CRM, using business object data services, using SLT. After completing modeling, we'll be covering very advanced level of modeling. Then reporting using SAP BA 4.1 we'll cover here, not 4.0. How to design 4.0 and 4.1. So designing the complex universes in IDT on top of HANA tables and views for web report development, for pistol report development, for dashboard report development. Then how to use Business Object Explorer, analysis edition, collab, Microsoft Business Objects, Excel, PowerPoint, and all. Then BW 7.4 with SAP HANA, in-memory optimized info cubes, in-memory optimized DS flows, complete upgradation I will show you. Because I worked in a couple of upgradation projects, client upgraded 7.3, 7.4 from traditional database to HANA database. How to consume HANA information models in BW by creating transit providers, composite providers, user management. So we will give some implemented projects, POC projects. So whoever enroll for the course, we'll give the access to our blog. This is our blog. In the blog, you can see all. You can post any type of question to. This is your batch, the new batch. So assignments and case studies. We'll be posting all the assignments and case studies, and complete training material. So video recordings. Once the class is done, right away the recording will be posted here. So let me show you an ongoing batch so that you can get here. So question and announcements. If you want to communicate with instructor, you can post any question. Once anyone posted any question, right away you guys will get the email notification. Then assignments and case studies. As I explained, so we will be working with so many assignments, so many case studies, some POC projects, implemented projects. So here you can see what type of POC projects we are working on, what type of assignments we are working on. Corresponding assignments will be posted here. So these are course content what we will be covering. Then training material, complete training material will be posted, and video recordings. Once the class is done, within couple of hours, the recording will be posted here. So you can watch the complete recording one more time. If you have any questions, again, while doing the hands-on, you stop somewhere. You want to see what instructor was doing in the class. Just be much. If you have any questions after this, watching the recording, you can post. The upcoming webinar sessions, already the links will be posted here. So everyone who enroll for the course will get access to the blog. So a blog is a concept of this kind of platform. So in order to communicate with the instructor and in order to communicate with other batchmates. Okay. Partitioning will be explained, sir. Partitioning is a big chapter, okay? Just this HANA overview. Anyways, we are going to see in partitioning how the partitioning will work. Any questions, folks? Because this is not a technical session. just HANA introduction. What type of unless if you're not clear with architecture, if I start explaining partitioning also, it does not make any sense. First of all, you're not aware of HANA architecture. First of all, what are the components we have in IMC, how IMC work. So without explaining the architecture, if I start explaining the partitioning, really it does not make any sense. So you have to understand so many concepts before going to understand, first of all, minimum the architecture of SAP HANA. How we store the data in SAP HANA? What type of mechanisms it involves? How the data will be partitioned. So after understanding the HANA architecture only, then if I explain the partitioning, then it makes sense. So I have given introduction to SAP HANA today. How the partitioning means, HANA supports various cores. The data will spread over several cores, and these cores will be parallelly processed for the faster retrieval of the data. Okay. So I cannot go in technically more depth because this is an introductory session. So I did not explain what is the architecture of SAP HANA so that I can go in depth of partitioning today. Any other questions, folks, before winding up this section? Yeah, that's all for the day, folks. So okay, tomorrow also same time, 7:30 probably, we'll talk to the course coordinator, then we'll post in the blog. So what time is tomorrow class? And I will post this document in the blog also. And what is the topic for tomorrow, what document you have to read, what material you have to read, with all guidance, so that you can prepare before coming to the class. Have a good night, everyone.